Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise, get you informed fast. Today, we're looking at something pretty crucial: communication. Specifically, how to give instructions really clearly, really effectively in English.
Yeah, especially when, your audience might still be learning the language. Could be a classroom, could be anywhere, really.
Exactly. And we're digging into some fascinating insights from the Dr. A Bilingual Consulting Room YouTube channel. Dr. A, she has this, kind of revolutionary way of simplifying English.
That's right. It's really clever. She boils it down to what she calls the 3R principle: reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Okay, 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Sounds simple enough.
Well, the idea is simple, but the application is quite powerful. Imagine stripping away all the extra words, the fluff, making every single word pull its weight, and then crafting phrases that aren't just clear, but you can use them over and over again in different situations.
So super versatile.
Totally. It turns potentially complex English into really functional, accessible language, which, as you said, is vital in a classroom for both the teacher and the students.
Right. So our mission today for this deep dive is to unpack how she does it. How does Dr. A take these everyday, often kind of wordy English phrases?
Yeah, the ones we use without thinking.
And just transform them into short, punchy directives that people actually get.
It's all about making communication, way more efficient and honestly less stressful for learners.
Okay, let's dive in. Big picture first. Yeah. What's the fundamental issue Dr. A sees with how English often gets used, especially as this international language, say, in a classroom?
Well, what's really interesting is her focus. It's not just about making it easy for the teacher. It's fundamentally about student comprehension. That's number one.
Makes sense.
The core problem she points out is, look, a lot of phrases that native speakers use are grammatically fine, sure, but they're just not intuitive if you're learning.
Yeah.
They're often packed with cultural stuff, idioms, phrasal verbs, subtle meanings, things that are just tough to grasp on the fly if English isn't your first language.
Okay, yeah. Can you give us a concrete example, one of those phrases that trips people up?
Absolutely. A classic one is, "We will take that up in the next class."
Okay, sounds normal enough to me. Means we'll discuss it later.
Right, to us. But think about take that up. It's a phrasal verb. Does it inherently scream discuss? Not really.
Good point.
And here's the kicker: reusability. It's not flexible. You wouldn't say, "Let's take that up now," if you want to discuss it immediately, would you?
No, you'd probably say, "Let's discuss it now," or "Let's talk about it now."
Exactly. Take that up is one of those things you kind of absorb through exposure as a native speaker. It's a potential barrier right there.
So how does Dr. A fix that one? What's the simplified version?
She goes for straightforward clarity. Things like, "We will talk about it next time," or "We will discuss it next time." Much clearer.
Yeah.
Simple, clear, and those core words, "talk about," "next time," are highly reusable.
Okay, I get that. But I can already hear some teachers thinking, wait, if I talk like that, won't I sound, like my English is broken?
Yes, the broken English fear.
Yeah. Or am I shortchanging my students, reducing their exposure to proper English? How does Dr. A handle that? Because that's a real worry for educators.
It is, and she addresses it directly. Think about instructions. Short, focused words work perfectly well as complete sentences, like stop or listen.
True.
And here's the counterintuitive part. Simplifying your English often means you end up using more English overall.
How does that work?
Because it's easier. It's less mentally taxing for the teacher to say these simpler phrases, to repeat them, to use them naturally in the flow, so they do it more often.
So the frequency of comprehensible input actually goes up.
Precisely. Which means students get more exposure to English they can actually understand. It's not about broken English at all. It's about effective communication. It's about comprehension. That's the real goal, right?
That reframes it completely. Effectiveness over just sounding complex.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get practical. What are some common pitfalls in everyday classroom instructions? How does she help teachers strip them down?
A big one is just unnecessary words, including politeness markers, actually. Sometimes please can muddy the waters if it's clearly a command.
Interesting. Give me an example.
Okay, how about, "Please remember to write your name at the top of the test."
Sounds fine. Very polite.
Polite, yes. But verbose for a simple action. Let's break it down. Please. Is it a request or an order? Usually an order in this context.
Okay.
Remember, you don't want them to remember, you want them to write. Of the test, well, they're holding the test probably. Context is clear. Write may be implied if they have a pen. Your ownership is implied.
So What's left?
Dr. A's version could be as simple as name at the top.
Ooh.
Or maybe write your name at the top, still much shorter. And notice at the top, super reusable phrase.
Yeah, okay. I see how every word has to justify itself.
Yeah.
What about come up and write your answer on the blackboard?
Same principle, trim the fat based on context. Blackboard can probably just be board. Come up. If the board's at the front, that's implied. Your answer. Context usually makes that clear, right? Also implied if they're going to the board with chalk or a marker.
So Dr. A would say,
Maybe go on the board, direct, clear, fast.
it's amazing how much we assume learners pick up implicitly. What about questions? Like, is there anybody who hasn't got a copy?
That's a great example of being indirect. It focuses on anybody instead of just asking who, and it's wordy.
So simplify it too.
Who doesn't have a copy? Or even shorter, who doesn't have one? Direct, actionable.
Okay. And can those in the back see it clearly?
Bit generic, right? Those in the back. And clearly is often redundant. Can they see or not?
So be more direct.
Yeah, address someone by name if possible. And simplify, see it clearly, to just see. Like, Lisa, can you see? Simple, personal, effective.
What I'm really hearing is this relentless focus on cutting cognitive load, removing any word that makes the brain pause, even for a microsecond.
That's exactly it. Precision-guided communication. In instructions, politeness can sometimes accidentally sound like optionality.
Right, like, would you mind?
Exactly. And extra words are just noise. They slow down processing. You want the student's brain to lock onto the core action immediately. Focus on the task, not decoding the language.
Makes total sense. Okay, now for a tricky one. Long multi-step instructions. Dr. A apparently tackled a monster. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to read the text and then 1 minute to write the title. Your 3 minutes start now. That's a lot to hold in your head at once.
It's overwhelming, especially listening in a second language. Too many tasks, too many words, all dumped at once. Disaster waiting to happen.
So what's Dr. A's fix? How do you simplify that?
Brilliantly simple strategy. Break it down, one command at a time. Simplify the language for each step.
Okay, walk me through it.
So that whole long sentence becomes 3 minutes, read, pause, let them process, then 1 minute title, pause, then go or start.
Wow, just the essentials.
Exactly. Deliver one piece, let them absorb it, then the next. And like we said before, it sounds like less English, but because it's easy and effective, the teacher uses these short bursts more often. More interaction, more comprehensible input.
Okay, so we've covered stripping down commands, making them lean. But here's where I think it gets really clever. How does Dr. A ensure students don't just hear it, but they actually understand and can respond properly? Seems like more than just shortening words.
You're absolutely right. It's not just about reduction, it's about tailoring, adapting to the student, the situation. And often it involves providing the how and the why, sometimes using scaffolding.
Scaffolding, like support.
Exactly. Consider this phrase. Please express your ideas more clearly.
Okay, what's wrong with that? Seems like reasonable feedback.
But imagine you're a student, maybe nervous, giving a presentation. That feedback is high pressure. Express isn't maybe the most common reusable word. And critically, it doesn't tell the student how to be clearer. It just says, do better.
Yeah, that could just make them freeze up. So what's the doctor way?
Much simpler, direct, action-focused. Say more.
Say more, okay. But that's still a bit vague, isn't it? Say more about what?
But here's the crucial context step, the tailoring, with scaffolding in the student's native language. So in Chinese, for instance, you'd quickly specify what wasn't clear. Chinese clarifying the specific point. The English gives the action, say more. The native language gives the specific detail needed.
That's brilliant. It removes the ambiguity and the pressure, giving them exactly what they need.
Precisely. It's empathetic. Okay, another one. Please respond to your roll number.
Taking attendance?
Yep. But respond how? Does it mean stand up, raise your hand? And present can be confusing too.
So you need to specify the how.
Exactly. Dr. A suggests adding the required response, usually here, right into the instruction, and maybe reorder it for clarity. So it becomes, say here when you hear your number.
Much clearer.
Or say here when I call your number. And she'd likely add physical scaffolding pointing, maybe holding up a number card, gestures. Clarify the expected behavior.
Okay, what about conveying, like, attitude? Think about, you can't guess what I'm thinking, can you? It's got that playful challenge vibe.
Right, but it's wordy. And that vibe, easily lost or misinterpreted without the right delivery or context.
So simplify the words.
Yeah. Dr. A suggests, what am I thinking about? Can you guess? much more direct.
But does that capture the you can't guess attitude?
Here's the key insight. The attitude comes from your tone and delivery, not necessarily more words. Her mantra is kinda attitude first, proficiency later. So if you want that playful challenge, you inject it into how you say, can you guess? The words just need to convey the core question. Your voice does the rest.
That makes sense. Tone carries a lot. And what about kicking off an activity instead of just, the activity starts now, which is a bit flat?
Functional, but flat. Activity is a good reusable word, works for games, tests, whatever. But for the start, make it punchy.
Like
Short, impactful commands. Start, go, ready, go. Or the classic, ready, set, go.
gets the energy up.
Totally. And countdowns. 3, 2, 1, go. Builds anticipation. Focus. That short, sharp word at the end of a count, it really lands, leverages rhythm.
Yeah, you feel that buildup. Okay, so we've done directives, engagement. What about more academic stuff, abstract ideas, or just that general wordiness that creeps in everywhere?
Right. This ties back to the bigger picture. It's about swapping out that academic jargon, the formal stuff, for everyday reusable language, especially important with younger learners.
Example.
Okay, a question like, what does the theory of multiple intelligences consist of?
Sounds like a textbook question.
Exactly. Theory of multiple intelligences consist of even the plural intelligences. It's specialized language, probably too much for primary or junior high. It's asking for like a scholarly analysis.
So how would Dr. A rephrase that for, say, a classroom?
Make it common, reusable, like what are the different ways to be smart? Or maybe, how many ways to be smart are there and what are they?
Better. More accessible.
But she takes it even further for maximum mileage, broaden it out. We're all good at something. What can we be good at?
So you're not even tied strictly to Gardner's theory anymore.
Exactly. And look at the phrase be good at. How useful is that? You can be good at singing, math, washing dishes. It's incredibly versatile language that works way beyond just one lesson.
That's a powerful shift. Making the language serve you across many contexts. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. And that classic classroom tech issue, the bulb of the overhead projector has blown.
Way too technical. What matters isn't the bulb, it's the result. It's broken.
Right.
Overhead projector. If it's the only one, just projector is fine.
So the fix is?
The projector is broken. Simple. Even shorter if it's already the topic. It is broken.
How about recalling previous info? Can anybody tell me what we talked about last time?
Again, that indirect, can anybody tell me? The real question is what? And last time often works better at the start for focus. So Dr. A flips it and simplifies. Last time, what did we talk about?
Clearer focus.
Yeah. And she'd absolutely recommend a visual cue here, like pointing to yesterday on a calendar while saying last time. Connect the word to the concept.
And just to quickly mention, Dr. A has other videos on her channel tackling things like everyone is welcome to express their opinions or getting rid of tongue-twisting words in textbooks. It seems that the simplification principle runs through everything she does.
Absolutely. It's a consistent philosophy applied across the board.
So if we kind of wrap this all up, what's the core value here? What does Dr. A's approach really offer? To me, it feels like, wow, this is how you make English actually work in demanding situations. Teaching, leading, whatever. Focus on understanding, make it reusable, cut the mental strain.
That's it, perfectly. And it's so important to stress again, this is not about dumbing down English, not at all. It's about empowering people, teachers, managers, anyone giving instructions to communicate more effectively, more confidently in English, which in turn helps the learners actually get it, engage, and act without being tripped up by unnecessary complexity. It's precision, it's purpose, making every word count.
So here's something for you, the listener, to think about. Consider an instruction you give regularly, maybe multiple times a day. How could you apply Dr. A's 3Rs, reduce, reuse, recycle to that phrase?
Yeah, how could you simplify it? Make it more versatile? Boost understanding?
What could that small shift in communication actually mean for your daily interactions? For you and for the people you're talking to. Something to mull over.